What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Leah, and I'm back and I'm better than ever. Today I'm going to be doing a quick little in-depth makeup tutorial as to how to get that flawless, seamless makeup when you're out with your girls and you know you're taking photos that night, or honestly if you just want to take cute photos for yourself, because why not? Also, before anything, I just wanted to wish everyone a happy 2025. I really hope this year brings everyone prosperity, so much success, so much love. My New Year's resolution for this year is to make more YouTube videos, more content, and honestly just being consistent with that. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So I already did my skincare and everything, so I'm just gonna clip my hair back and get it all out of my face. Okay, we love that. Alright, so I'm going to be starting off by priming my face, and I'm going to be using the Milk Primer. I really love this primer. I did try to get on the e.l.f. primer that everyone raves about. I still have it. I honestly don't really use it because I feel like it makes my skin super blotchy and like my makeup blotchy, so it just doesn't fit right with my skin. But you know, everyone's skin's different, so it may work for some people, it just doesn't really work for me. So I'm just going to put this on all over my face. And when you're putting on primer, try not to like rub it into your skin the way you would with moisturizer. You want to more like kind of dab it into your skin, because that way it'll really close up your pores, and like not close it up but like minimize the size of your pores. So next I'm going to be using these illuminizing drops from Icon. I love this so much. This is honestly like a little makeup hack because I feel like it makes your skin look a lot more dewy, and it just kind of gives you like that glow, but a little goes a long way, so don't put too much. So now I'm just gonna obviously blend it because it looks crazy. And then where I usually apply this, kind of on like my cheekbones, and then I'll take a little bit and actually put it on my brow bone too, and a little bit on the sides of my forehead. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna start with eyebrows too. For my eyebrow gel, I use the Fluff Up Brow Wax by Benefit. So I'm just gonna brush up my brows. Now I'm gonna fill in my brows, and for that I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Brow Define pencil. I'm just gonna be looking in my mirror because I need a little close-up for myself. So usually how I do my brows is kind of feather them in rather than like drawing harsh lines. And then also the front, I'll kind of just lightly do that. I already naturally have very dark brows, so I don't want to do too much. I'm just gonna brush them now just to blend. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean up my brows. I have this little I think it's a Morphe brush. I'm gonna use like this flat little brush along with my Tarte Shape Tape. I use shade Light Medium Sand. I'm gonna use that to clean it up. Oops, I think I used a little too much concealer on this, but it's okay. That's why we have our beauty blender. Honestly, I got my eyebrows done the other day and I don't like how she did it, but when you're Middle Eastern, they grow back the next day, so it's all good. My eyebrows are still like very arched kind of, but I've been loving these straight brows that everyone's rocking. And it's funny because my eyebrows are actually naturally very straight, and now I low-key miss my natural shape. Now I'm gonna take like my damp beauty blender and just kind of blend it in. Okay, next I'm gonna be doing some eyeshadow, but I'm gonna keep it simple for the most part. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. So for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty palette, the Icy Nude. Oh my god, I've been waiting so freaking long to get my hands on this palette, and every time I would try, it was sold out, and I was so annoyed. And then I finally went into Sephora and I got it, and it was the last one. So I'm like, okay, I have to get it. You guys can see like how beautiful all these shades are. I'm literally so excited to like actually do a full glam makeup with it. If you guys know me, you know I love Huda so much. I love her whole makeup line. I've been watching her since I was a little girl, and I'm just so happy that she's come so far. Okay, so before I start eyeshadow though, I'm gonna actually prime my eyelids, and I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. I'm just gonna dab some onto my eyelids. There we go. Oh my god, I look crazy. You can use kind of your finger to like blend it in, but then I also like to use my beauty blender to really get it blended in. Sometimes I feel like it's so hard to do makeup with nails, and like my nails aren't even that long. So I'm gonna blend it. I'm gonna start off by using First Class, which is this bottom shade right here. It's like a nude shade. I'm just gonna use that to set the eyeshadow primer. Do the same on the other eyelid. And then I'm gonna be using this like little fluffy brush I have here. And then I'm gonna be using Unapologetic, this shade right here, Unapologetic at the top. It's like a burgundy brownish shade. In photos, you want your eyes to pop. Next, I'm gonna be taking Cold Plunge, which is right on top of the nude shade I used. Still a nudie, but a little lighter. But what I'm gonna be doing with this is actually put it on my brow bone. And now I'm gonna actually go in with my Anastasia Soft Glam palette. Sorry, this palette's like so old, but I'm gonna be taking Incense and just kind of put it onto my crease just to like warm it up a little more. Do the same on the other eyelid. And you want to make sure it's blended because we don't like unblended makeup. So I'm going to be going back to finish my eye look at the end. It's not fully done, but it's just to like have that little base for it. So in the meantime, I'm going to actually start my foundation and my base to my actual face. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I have the other foundation to Charlotte Tilbury, and it's actually so good. It's just, that was my summer shade, and I went on vacation a few times last year and I got super tan, so none of my foundations are my shade. So I'm going to be just using this for now because it's probably closest to my shade. Oh, and this is also in shade Warm 5. So now I'm going to apply it, and how I apply is I don't really like to put too much like under my eyes and stuff. Like I actually don't even put it under my eyes because that's going to crease up your makeup. You just want to put it like on the high points of your face. Even this isn't like fully my shade, but it'll do for now. Now we're gonna blend that shit in. So now that I blended in my foundation, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I like to conceal and contour at the same time. I'll show you guys how I do it, but I'm going in back with the Tarte Shape Tape, and how I like to apply it is like all over my under eye. Okay, and then I like drag it down a little bit here. I put a little bit on my nose for the contour, a little on my forehead. I also like to put a little bit here on my smile line, just like a little dab. A little bit here on the outer corners of my mouth. And then I also like to cover up any blemishes I have. Okay, hear me out. I know everyone is loving the clean girl aesthetic, which I love too. I think it looks gorgeous. But the thing with me is I don't put like a dab of concealer unless it's like a day it's like a no makeup look. Then I'll do it. I'll put like a dab of concealer. But if I'm doing like a full glam, that is not doing it. I need to put it all over my under eyes to get that full coverage. So now I'm gonna start contouring as well while that kind of sits into my face. And what I'm using is the Fenty contour stick. I've been using this literally since high school. You can kind of see your cheekbone on you. The thing is that now I like to do a little higher. So I kind of go in from here and then I go down. And the same on this side, and then I go down. And then my jawline, I like to contour that very well. I do a little bit down there, and I'm going to do my forehead. There we go. So now that I got all my contour and concealer in, I'm going to spray my face with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. It's literally the best setting spray. No one can tell me different. That's it. And it's good to let your concealer sit a little bit because it just kind of melts into your skin better. Okay, now when I start blending everything out, I actually blend my concealer last. I'll just start with my contour first. And how I like to blend it is I'll use brushes to kind of push it into my skin, and then I obviously will blend it out thoroughly with my beauty blender. So to blend my contour, I'm going to be using this Real Techniques little brush I have. And now I'm just going to go in and do that with my forehead. Like, you can kind of see that it's not fully blending out, but that's okay because we will blend it properly. And then I'm gonna blend my nose as well a little. But how I do it is like right here, the contour that's here, I drag it into like the crease of my eye, if that makes sense. Then it makes your eyeshadow pop more, and it contours like your eyes too. It's a win-win. Like I said, I'm not really done blending yet. It's just trying to put it all into place. And then next for my concealer, I'm gonna be using this Sephora concealer brush. I had someone recommend this to me. It's alright. I'm not like crazy about it, but it gets the job done. That's all that matters. And then I'm just gonna kind of push it into my skin. Just like that. And then with my inner corners right here, what I do is drag a little bit of concealer on the sides of my nose to like kind of contour it a little more. Do the same thing on this side. There we go. And then I'll do the bridge of my nose. Drag it over here. Lovely. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Now I'm gonna blend the rest in. I do like using concealer brush on my blemishes for sure. So I'm gonna do that as well, like right here. Anytime I'm stressing, I swear to you, the first place I break out on my face is my jaw. And the worst part is that these are like the most painful ones. I'm telling you, stress causes so much acne, so please don't stress, guys. It's the worst thing ever. Okay, now we're gonna blend it all in. And then to blend my contour side in, I use the back of my beauty blender, because I think it gets a little messy if I use one side on my both contour and concealer. Blend that jaw in. Okay, next I'm going to only set my under eyes with my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. Love this powder. I'm only setting my under eye because I don't want it to crease, because I still have to do my blush and stuff, and then I'll set everything. But this is just my under eyes for now, because obviously our under eyes tend to crease a lot faster, and I just don't want it to move. Okay, so now we're gonna do blush. I'm gonna be using the Charlotte Tilbury blush. I think it's the Pillow Talk one. I wanted to get the mini to try it out first, but now that I like it, I am gonna get the full size when it's done and just put it like right here. Just kind of dab that on. It's very pigmented. I do love it a lot. I'm gonna put some on my nose too, because I love blush on my nose. And then I'm gonna blend that out. Just like that. Put some maybe on my forehead if you feel like it, why not? So now I'm going to be setting my face fully, now that I got all of it in. And then I'm gonna go in and blend it just one more time, make sure it's all blended in properly. Now that it's done, the star of the show is our baking powder, and I'm gonna be using this in shade Pound Cake. As you guys can tell, I have a lot of favoritism when it comes to my makeup brands. Like, I love Charlotte Tilbury, I love Huda Beauty. And then I'm gonna be using my little powder puff that's not even here, and I have to go get that, so I will be back. Okay, so I got my little powder puff. I need a new one. This is the Beauty Blender one, but honestly, I'm gonna try out the Shein ones because I swear it's the exact same. All right, so now I'm gonna bake my face. So I'm gonna obviously put it under my eye first. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit on the sides of my nose. Put some on my chin. Put some on my forehead. And then I'm also, you don't actually have to do this, but I put a little bit like on my smile line. Just so like the concealer I put there doesn't crease. And last but not least, I'm going to put a little bit under my contour just to sharpen it up a little. So I'm just gonna put like a little, just a little, not too much. A little goes a very long way. Okay, so now we're gonna let that sit for a bit. I'm going to finish putting some powder bronzer, and I'm gonna be using the Hoola bronzer. When I contour my nose, I like to use like a little brush like that. I feel like it gives me more of a sharp contour on my nose. There we go. Do the same on the other side. I'm gonna put a little bit like across my nose. Obviously, we're gonna blend that too, but I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face. So the Hoola bronzer I have is like the mini one, but tell me why it lasts so long. Now I'm just gonna bronze my face. Put some on my forehead. I want it snatched. I'm gonna blend my nose contour now, and then I'm gonna use like this little fluffy brush. Actually though, I forgot, I usually always do this before blending in my nose contour. So what I'm gonna do is take this little brush I have here, and I'm gonna use this little spongy dense side. I'm gonna use the Anastasia again. I'm gonna be using shade Tempura, but pretty much what I do is I like to highlight my nose. So I'll put it on the bridge of my nose right here. So now that I got that in, I'm gonna be blending in that nose contour now. So I do like to have my baking powder sit for a little bit before I set my face. So while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna start my lip combo. I was contemplating on using MAC Whirl, but I think I'm gonna be using MAC Strip Down. So I'm gonna start off with this one and just basically line my lips as you normally would. I like to first do my lip liner before I set my face so it stays on longer. And now I'm going to be using my Huda Beauty lip liner as well. I'm basically just mixing the two. I'm going to be using the lip contour in Pinky Brown. Okay, I'm going to blend it in now. Now I'm going to wipe off my baking powder, but how I like to do is not actually wipe it, but I like to press it into my skin. So kind of just like that, just pressing the powder in. Okay, so now that my base is done, I'm going to be setting my face. This is so satisfying. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury because it came in the mini as a duo. I'm going to put it on my cheekbones right there. Oh my god, a little goes a very long way with this. There we go. I'm gonna put some on my brow bone like that, a little on my nose. I'm gonna be taking this brush to blend it out. And then I put like the excess product on my forehead a little as well. I'm just gonna dab some on my Cupid's bow. So now I'm going to finish up my eyes. So I'm going to start off by just curling my eyelashes. Before I put on any mascara, I like to prime my eyelashes so it stays on all day. And what I'm going to be using for that is the L'Oreal Voluminous Base. And for mascara, I'm going to be using the Lancome mascara. This is so good. This is the Hypnose Drama mascara. I really like the wand to it too. It's like kind of curved, depending on how you want your mascara to come out. My biggest pet peeve is when I'm doing mascara and it gets on my eyelid. I have to obviously wipe that off, but in the meantime, I'm gonna get my lashes started. So the lashes I'm actually using are these Sheen lashes. They're so good. For the price, like literally I paid like $3 for this whole pack. I think that's crazy, but not gonna lie though, if you want like a full glam makeup, my favorite lashes, hands down, are the Lily Miami lashes. They make your eyes pop. So I'm gonna be putting on the lash glue now. Ah! No way I did that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, BRB, because I just made a huge mess.
A few moments later.
My lash glue literally just squirted everywhere. That's great. Okay, so I got it on, so I have to wait for it to dry. And while I do that, I'm just gonna take off the mascara that's on my eyelid. Still takes a while for it to dry, so in the meantime, I'm gonna just finish up my eyes. So I'm gonna be going back in with the Huda Beauty palette, and pretty much what I'm gonna be doing is taking like, this is probably not the best brush to be using to do this, but it gets the job done, so I honestly don't really care. But it's like this little flat brush. I'm gonna be taking Unapologetic again and putting it on the brush, and then I'm gonna basically put a little bit on my lower lash line because it does make your eyes pop a lot more when you do that. Still not dry. I will always be a falsies girly. Okay, so the lashes are done. As you can see, the difference it makes is insane. Okay, so if you know me, you know that I love white eyeliner on my waterline. I've been doing this since literally middle school, and I swear by it, and I still do it. Obviously to each their own, but I think with my eye shape, I just really like it, so I've been doing it for so long. And for the white liner that I do use is the Marcel Forever Shape. This one's really good. It stays on all day and is very pigmented, so I'm just gonna put that on. I know you're not supposed to be dragging your eyes when you do this, but oops. So now I'm just going to be putting some mascara on my bottom lash. The mascara I usually put on my bottom lashes is the Sky High. Two reasons as to why I use this is because A, it's waterproof, so it won't smudge. And B, is because this one's actually like a brown shade, and I like that on my lash line. I don't know why. It just doesn't look too heavy, if that makes sense. The stuff is actually waterproof. It does not come off. And low-key, it is a struggle to take it off, but it looks good. That's all that matters. Okay, now for the last step for my eyes is I'm going to be taking like a shimmery type of shade, which I'm going to be probably using Iced Out right here. So I'm going to be using that and putting it in my inner corner. This step is optional, but I also kind of like to put a little bit on my nose to just pop my nose contour a little. So now I'm just going to blend everything out again to make sure everything is seamless and there's no harsh lines. Okay, so we're going to be finishing off this look with a nice little gloss. You can't go wrong with that. And I'm going to be using the Summer Fridays. My girl literally put me on this and I had to go get it the next day because it's so good. And it's not sticky. It's literally like a lip balm, lip gloss type of thing. It's so lightweight. So I'm just going to put that on. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said earlier in this video, I will be posting a lot more frequently, and I will hold myself accountable to that because that's my 2025 resolution. Make sure to also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'll leave the links down below. I'll see you for my next video.